Hello all, welcome to the lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss some important social issues and scheme associated with it. So we are going to discuss about Safaimitra Suraksha challenge that was launched. We are going to talk about the women related data that was released in your National Family Health Survey 5 with significant data signifying certain important things that have been revealed regarding the women's activities. And also we are going to study about Sacred Portal and Smile scheme, and very important of all, the Poshan Abhiyan too. So firstly, we are going to discuss about Safaimitra Suraksha challenge. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It has launched Safaimitra Suraksha challenge, and that too across 243 cities. Basic aim to ensure that no life of any septic tank cleaner is lost again owing to the issue of hazardous cleaning. In news, there are a lot of issues related to it, that how these manual scavengers, they lose their life while cleaning the septic tank. So what are the key takeaways? So this challenge was launched on the occasion of World Toilet Day, and the aim is to prevent the hazardous cleaning of the sewers and septic tanks by promoting the mechanized cleaning, a new initiative that we are moving now for with changing times. That now the system is going to change and the things are going to be mechanized in nature. Around 243 cities representative across the country, they took a pledge to mechanize all sewer and septic tank cleaning operations with the target of 30th April 2021. So this initiative, it is said to be in line with the core of the Swachh Bharat Mission-Urban. So the actual on-ground assessment of participating cities will be conducted in the May 2021. So it was conducted in May 2021. So this was done by an independent agency and the results were declared on 15th August 2021. So cities will be awarded in 3 subcategories. So taking into depending on the population. Another thing that we are going to discuss now is the women related data that was released in National Family Health Survey 5. So earlier in 2020, the first data of National Family Health Survey 5 2019 and 20 was released by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this provided the data on various issues related to women in India. So what were the results? So it talked about the participation of the married women in household decisions, that over the time period it has increased. Also it talked about that women who worked in the last 12 months and are paid in cash, that amount, comparing it to the year 2015-16, that is also increased. Talking about the nutritional status of adults, also women whose body mass index was talked about is below normal, that percentage has decreased from around 14.9% to 10%. Significant data was released, and this data is crucial to know that what is the trajectory of the women's growth in the country. Talking about the prevalence of child marriage. So the share of women aged 20 to 24 who married before turning 80, as per the National Family Health Survey 5, it has declined from 27% to 23% in the last 5 years. And talking about child marriage is a concern till date, because even after the law has been passed, we witness the instances of child marriage happening in the country. So, and child marriage is a key determinant of high fertility, poor maternal and child health, and lower social status of women. Talking about West Bengal and Bihar, so these two states with around 41% of such women each had the highest prevalence of girl-child marriage, and the maximum reduction in the proportion of underage marriage has been observed in the states of Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Talking about the rampant anemia cases, so around, as per the estimate, 57% of the women who are in the age bracket of 15 to 49, they were found anemic in 2019 and 21. And this number has significantly increased from the year 2015-16, where this number was around 53%. In the case of men also, the number of anemic cases have rise from to 25% as compared to the earlier 22.7%. Within children also, we could find that there is a formidable increase in the children's case of anemia. Talking about West Bengal, over here the highest rate of anemic women is there, and Kerala has the lowest prevalence of anemic women. Talking about child anemia rates has also worsened in the states of northeastern state, Assam and Mizoram, and even Chhattisgarh and Odisha. So anemia has become a new concern for the country. So women who own a house, so number of women who own a house or land in Delhi uh, has significantly dipped over the past 5 years, but the percentage of women who had a house or land registered in their name in 2015-16, it was around 35%, and now this number has dipped to 22.7% in the data of 2021. So this data becomes important. So women's bank account, who have the bank account, so this is a considerable achievement that it has gone up by 8%, and women who have a mobile phone that they use up has gone by 7%. So National Family Health Survey findings, they are giving us the reminder that there's an urgent need to close the gap that is prevailing in the girls' education. Even after constant laws, acts and reminders, child marriage still exists in the country. Even we are thinking of increasing the age of women in power with men at the 21 for the marriageable age. Still, there's a lot of pathetic condition outside. So a lot of regulation is required and coordinated efforts from government is required and health institutions to tackle the issues like anemia. Let us talk about Sacred Portal. What is this portal? So this portal is developed by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and is named Sacred. Sacred means Senior Able Citizens for Re-employment and Dignity. So as the name suggests, re-employment. If I talk about the International Day of Older Person, we should remember when is this date celebrated. So 1st October every year we celebrate the International Day of Older Persons. So now with this, citizens who are above the age of 60 and want to work, they can register on this portal and they can find suitable jobs for them. So the employment portal is going to serve not only for the senior citizens who are seeking employment, but also the employers, the self-help groups, the senior citizens gaining skills, and other agencies also. And a lot of funding is being decided to provide to this platform, and this portal is actually shaped on the recommendation of the Empowered Expert Committee report on startups of the elderly. So we are seeing in the country there is a sharp rise in India's elderly population. Yes, and the thing is that who are able to work, if they are suitable for work, they can find a job now. And there are about 110 million elders in the country, and this number is going to increase in the coming time. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, it organized the VAYU program on this occasion of International Day of Older Person, that is 1st October. So VAYU Naman program. Other initiatives that were launched during the program were your Senior Care Aging Growth Engine portal SAGE to encourage entrepreneurs in the area of elderly care. Also the Sacred Portal that we have discussed, and also an elderly helpline number, that is 14567. It has been launched. Now let us discuss about the SMILE scheme. What is this SMILE scheme? So recently, the Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment, he launched the SMILE scheme. So SMILE, that is support for marginalized individuals for livelihood and enterprises. And Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has allocated around 365 crore, a big amount for the scheme, and from 2021 to 2026. So what is the aim of the SMILE scheme? The SMILE scheme is set to provide welfare and rehabilitation to the transgender community and all the people who are engaged in the act of begging. So it is going to include two sub schemes with it, and like center scheme for comprehensive rehabilitation for welfare of transgender persons, where it is going to be providing scholarship to the transgender students who are studying in 9th until post graduation to enable them, to help them get educated. And also it has certain provisions for skill development and livelihood under the PMDARD scheme. So the housing facility in the form of Garima Greh, it is going to ensure that food, proper clothing, and your skill development opportunities and medical support are provided to the transgender community and all the people who are engaged in the act of begging. So what was the need and objective of this program? So this scheme keeps in mind the social security that is needed through multiple dimensions of identity, medical care, education, occupational opportunities, and shelter. So it is going to provide welfare and rehabilitation measures for the transgender community, and this scheme is going to provide training, modern education, so that the transgender community of the society, they can come forward and with a vision that sabka saath sabka vikas, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has always talked about, and it's going to strengthen the reach of the rights that give the targeted group the necessary legal protection also, and so that they can live their life with dignity. Another news is the Poshan 2, that is Poshan Abhiyan 2. So Ministry of Women and Child Development inaugurated this Poshan 2 Abhiyan and urged to all aspirational districts to establish Poshan Vatika, that is a nutrition garden during the nutrition month, that is we also called it the Poshan Ma, that starts from September 1. So a month-long celebration of the Poshan Abhiyan mission, it tries to place a special attention to the severe acute malnourished children of the country. So this Poshan Abhiyan, it is an umbrella scheme covering the integrated child development services, and it was announced in the Union Budget 2021-22 for merging supplementary nutritional programs and your Poshan Abhiyan. So aim was to strengthen the nutritional content, delivery, outreach and outcome with renewed focus on developing the certain practices that are going to nurture the health and the immunity of the children of the country, so that the fight against the diseases can be more stronger. What is Poshan Ma? So Poshan Ma, the month of September is celebrated as Poshan Ma, and this is being celebrated since the year 2018. So to improve the nutritional outcomes of children, pregnant women, lactating mothers, and month-long activities goes on with the focus on antenatal care, optimal breastfeeding, anemia, girls' education, and right age of marriage. Focuses on sanitation, focuses on hygiene also, and the activities focus on social and behavioral change communication that are based on Jan Andolan guidelines. So SBCC, that is social and behavioral change communication. What is this SBCC? It is the strategic use that we make of the communication approaches so that we can bring the requisite change in the knowledge, in the attitude and the behavior of the people, and that can only happen through kind of awareness. So social and behavioral change communication, that is mass awareness that you're going to bring up. So within this, so this Poshan Ma also talks about, eating healthy. When it talks about eating healthy, it also talks about eating food that are fortified in nature, that is food fortification. So Poshan Abhiyan is also known as the nutrition mission, and it was launched on the occasion of International Women's Day on 8th March 2018. And aim of the Abhiyan is to reduce stunting, undernutrition, anemia, and reduce low birth weight by some percentage, that is 2 to 3%. And the target is to bring down the stunting among the children in the age group of 0 to 6 years. That from the prevailing target of 38.4% to 25% by 2022. So if we look at the scenario of malnutrition in India, so there was a report of World Bank, 2010 World Bank report, that India has suffered a loss of around 24,000 crore due to lack of toilets, and the impact of this is on the economy is massive. A lot of studies have been made that malnutrition, this report that I'm talking about, the ASCOM study of the year 2018, it found that children suffering from malnutrition after growing up earn 20% less than those who have healthy livelihoods. So the number of children in the country who are affected by this malnutrition is quite high. So Poshan Abhiyan 2 aims to tackle this growing malnutrition in the country. So thank you. With this, we end the lecture here.